like something out of Friday the 13th.
I woke up, I was like, am I in hell?
One young camper reduced to a charred skeleton in a fire pit. Another savagely slashed and bleeding to death. And it appears that a real-life Jason is on the loose.
Do other campers think there's a killer out there among them?
Yes.
This terrifying campfire story unfolds on the banks of Bucks Lake in Northern California, a popular camping spot.
It was very chaotic and very frightening for the people that were up here.
Among them, a pair of young buddies camping out for the night. 23-year-old Sheldon Stewart and Trevor Holminski, just 20.
They had been camping a few times before.
Trevor's mother, Allison, had no reason to believe her son would be in any danger when they went camping at Bucks Lake.
He was wilderness trained and knew how to take care of himself.
Graduating with honors from a long, grueling wilderness survival course when he was in his late teens.
I spent 98 days in the wilderness.
And then made a film about the life-changing experience titled Blue Crow.
I was awarded the name Blue Crow because blue, which was for friendliness, openness, freedom.
Winning the high admiration of his friends and family whom he interviewed for the film.
I'm incredibly proud of you, Trevor. You have walked a path that many people 4 times your age haven't walked, and the things you have done in your short life are amazing.
He loved the outdoors.
He liked to get away from all the hubbub. He had social media accounts, but he never liked that everybody always has their nose in their phone. So he liked getting away, just him and his friends and the wilderness. Trevor loved music. He loved writing music. He loved playing music. He loved producing music. A brilliant wordsmith. Just had a really good grasp of English. He was a beautiful writer.
And Trevor's sunny nature and sense of humor endeared him to anyone who met him.
They did that.
Trevor had just recently decided to follow a childhood dream and join the Marines.
He had a lot of patriotic pride, and he was strong and smart, qualities that the Marines would look for.
One of the toughest things to do in the world.
Yeah, and he wanted to be Special Forces.
But it's a choice that would ultimately change the entire course of his life. Because after being accepted into the military, Trevor wanted one last hurrah before shipping out. A farewell camping trip with his buddy, Sheldon Stewart.
And that was one thing he wouldn't stop talking about.
Trevor had seen his parents just a few hours before he and Sheldon were to make a 2.5-hour drive to Bucks Lake.
He was so excited to go camping with his best friend.
His mom and dad could never have imagined the terrible fate awaiting their son and his pal.
What was the very last thing you said to your son, Trevor?
When we got into the car, Trevor walked us to our car, and Trevor hugged his mom goodbye, and I didn't. That's something I have to live with for the rest of my life.
And it's not until well after the two young men had arrived at Bucks Lake that Mom Allison is suddenly struck by a strange feeling of foreboding.
I had a moment of serious anxiety. I really was concerned about him. And I just said, "Oh, Allison, you're being ridiculous."
But her mother's intuition would turn out to be tragically right on target.
I wish that I could go back and say, don't go camping.
Next, horror and terror at Bucks Lake.
Did you think a stranger had attacked the campers?
There were approximately 10 stab wounds on the side of his neck, and one was a little bit worse than the rest.